So you think American troops wouldn't hurt American civilians in the event of martial law? This question has been long debated. Would American military hurt Americans? Would they kill Americans? Would they round us up and throw us in FEMA camps? I hope not, but one really doesn't know. Now, I know people on the internet, lots of people say, oh, they'd never do that to us. Our own military wouldn't attack us, wouldn't kill us, wouldn't hurt us. They wouldn't throw us in FEMA camps. I know that's what you think, but let's see what psychology thinks.
50% of the subjects obey the experimenter's commands fully in the experiment depicted in this film.
Wrong. 90 volts. Wrong. Volts. 135. Answer woman. Sharp. Axe, needle, stick, blade. Answer, please. Wrong. I'm up to 180 volts.
Please continue, teacher.
Needle, you're gonna get a shock. 180 volts.
I can't stand the pain. Let me out of here.
Can't stand it now. I'm not gonna kill that man there. You hear him hollering? He's
As I said
crying.
before, the shocks may be painful, but
Yeah,
they're not
but he's in
dangerous.
there hollering. He can't stand it. What if something happens to him?
The experiment requires that you continue, teacher.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna get that man sick in there. I mean, he's hollering in there. You know what I mean?
Whether the learner likes it or not, we must go on until he's learned all the word
I
pairs.
refuse to take the responsibility of getting hurt in there. You know, I'm not. I mean, he's in there hollering.
It's absolutely essential that you continue, teacher.
There's too many left here, and I mean, geez, he gets wrong here. There's too many of them left. I mean, who's going to take the responsibility if anything happens to that gentleman?
I'm responsible for anything that happens here. Continue, please.
All right, next one, slow. Walk, dance, truck, music. Answer, please. Wrong. 195 volts. Dance.
Let me out of here. Let me out of here.
Continue,
My heart's
please.
bothering me. Let me out of here. You have no right to keep me here. Let me
I
out.
mean,
Let
he's
me out of
hollering
here.
in
Let
there.
me out. Let me out of here. My heart's bothering me. Let me out. Let me out.
Yeah, I mean, gee, I don't know.
Well, the experiment requires
Well,
that
I
you
mean,
continue.
I know it does, sir, but I mean, you don't know what he's getting in for. He's up to 195 volts. Next one, tame. Wolf, bear, dog, cat. Wrong. Answer is bear. 240 volts.
No, you go back up to the beginning of that page and go through it again until he's learned them all correctly.
Oh, no. No, I'm not going to kill that man today. You mean I got to keep going up with the scale? No, sir. He's already there. I'm not going to give him 450 volts.
The experiment requires that you
I know
continue.
it does, but that man is hollering in there, sir. Day, sky, job, chair. Wrong. Answer is day. 285 volts.
Continue, please.
Fat. Man, lady, tub, neck. Answer, please. Wrong. Answer is neck. 300 volts.
If the learner doesn't answer in a reasonable time, about 4 or 5 seconds, consider the answer wrong and follow the same procedures you have been doing for wrong answers. Say wrong, tell him the number of volts, give him the punishment, read him the correct answer.
Oh, man.
Continue, please.
Green. Grass, hat, ink, apple. Answer, please. 315 volts. The answer is ink. Next one.
I refuse to answer.
Well, you gotta keep getting a shock if you don't answer.
You have no right to hold me here. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out.
Excellent.
Let me out.
Fast.
Let me out. Let me out.
bird, car, train, plane? Please answer. The answer is bird. 345 volts.
Continue, please.
The answer is arrow. 360 volts.
Go on, please, with the experiment. Please continue.
Soft, rug, pillow, hair, grass. Answer, please. Hair, 375 volts. I think something's happened to that fellow in there. I don't get no answer. He was hollering on less voltage. Can't you check in and see if he's all right, please?
Not once we've started. Please continue, teacher.
Cool, day, shade, water, cave. Answer, please. Are you all right in there? Are you all right?
Please continue, teacher.
Well, you know, I keep giving him shocks.
Continue,
I'm
please.
up to 390.
Continue, please.
Something's happened to that man in there.
Sup guys, Event Horizon here. Now what you just saw were clips from the Milgram experiment on obedience to authority figures, which was conducted in July 1961, 3 months after the start of the trial of German Nazi war criminal Adolf Eichmann in Jerusalem. Milgram devised his psychological study to answer the popular question at the particular time. Could it be that Eichmann and his accomplices in the Holocaust were just following orders? Could we call them accomplices? The experiments have been repeated many times in the following years with consistent results. Now let's see what those results were. Before conducting the experiment, Milgram polled 14 Yale University senior year psychology majors to predict the behavior of 100 hypothetical teachers. All of the poll respondents believed that only a very small fraction of teachers would be prepared to inflict the maximum voltage. Milgram also informally polled his colleagues and found that they too believed very few subjects would progress beyond a very strong shock. Milgram also polled 40 psychiatrists from a medical school and believed that by the 10th shock, when the victim demands to be free, most subjects would stop the experiment. They predicted that by the 300 volt shock, when the victim refuses to answer, only 3.73% of the subjects would still continue, and they believed that only a little over 1/10 of the 1% of the subjects would administer the highest shock on the board. In Milgram's first set of experiments, 65%, 26 of 40 of experiment participants administered the experiment's final massive 450 volt shock. Though many were very uncomfortable doing so, at some point every participant paused and questioned the experiment. Some said they would refund the money they were paid for participating in the experiment. Throughout the experiment, subjects displayed varying degrees of tension and stress. Subjects were sweating, trembling, stuttering, biting their lips, groaning, digging their fingernails into their skin, and some were even having nervous laughing fits or seizures. Milgram summarized the experiment in his 1974 article, The Perils of Obedience. And you can read this whole thing yourself, but I'm going to point out one thing here. Ordinary people simply doing their jobs and without any particular hostility on their part can become agents in a terrible destructive process. Moreover, even when the destructive effects of their work become patently clear and they are asked to carry out actions incompatible with fundamental standards of morality, relatively few people have the resources needed to resist authority. Thomas Blass of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, performed a meta-analysis on the results repeated performances of the experiment. He found that the percentage of participants who are prepared to inflict fatal voltages remains remarkably constant, 61 to 66%, regardless of time or country. So if you think that American troops wouldn't hurt American civilians in the event of martial law if the order was given, you're wrong. And the Milgram experiment on obedience to authority figures disagrees with you. 61 to 66% of human beings were willing to hurt or even kill other human beings when ordered to.
If in this study, an anonymous experimenter could successfully command adults to subdue a 50-year-old man and force on him painful electric shocks against his protests, one can only wonder what government, with its vastly greater authority and prestige, can command of its subjects.
Thanks for watching, guys. This is Event Horizon. Peace out.